What's poppin' real 16 TV is cuz OP here. I have some things on my mind, so I'm gonna start y'all with a quote. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. That's a quote by Winston Churchill. Now, the reason why it's on my mind is because lately in my life, I've been noticing that the reason why people have a hard time seeing their future is because they don't believe that they deserve more or believe that they have the ability to build upon themselves to be better. I say ignorance is bliss because most motherfuckers don't really expect nothing out themselves or expect nothing out of life. So any small thing is more beautiful. Any type of motion is more beautiful than the thoughts of always wanting stuff to happen and it never happening. I don't know if that sounded hella complicated, but if it just to like minimize it and make it smaller, what I'm generally saying is, say you never get a present and you don't think you're ever going to get a present or you deserve a present. When shit finally does pop up, no matter how long it takes, it'll be beautiful and golden. It'll be like the best thing ever. But if you always get presents, it's going to start being about the specific present. I don't know. Say you somebody that's freaking with relationships. You have a bunch of relationships. Well, the more relationships you have, you're gonna start looking for specific qualities in a person instead of just a person. Whether it's a person that's been alone for a whole year is just happy somebody loves them. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, well, I'm not gonna give you the specifics of why I'm talking about it because it's obviously regular life stuff about specific people. But the what got my mind to this is just thinking about what I could do for my own life. I always think that I can, you know what I'm saying, increase. I just finished reading 2 books, and I'm not even bullshitting you. In like a 4 month and a week period, I finished 2 books. Uh, One by Iceberg Slim, and the other one's Black Privilege by Charlemagne the God. But I'm on the road to another one. My next one's about to be this Jordan Peterson book, 12 Rules to Life or something like that. I'm about to buy it. I'm gonna read it next. I just finished the other book today. But going off of that, I'm basically saying I know I can improve upon myself at all times. I was at work with somebody earlier today, and it seems as though they are actually upset about their own life to the point where they have a consistency of comparing with as many people as they can, um, asking who talked to the best looking chicks, trying to like gauge his, you know what I'm saying, gauge his strength with everybody else's, just different shit that's not necessary or whatever unless you hate your life. And I'm not saying that bro hates his life, but think about this. If you feel the natural need to compare to other people and consistently, like all the time, and I'm not talking about this person specifically, I'm talking about anybody that does this. If you feel a constant need to compare yourself to the people nearest with you so you can feel like you're better than them, then your goals must not be very big, because people with big goals isn't going to compare to the people near them. They're going to compare to themselves. How can they become the best version of themselves? If you're comparing to the people near you, it's like some dick measuring, pecking order shit. It's just to show which one of us is the top nigga, right? But that's only necessary in the mind of small-minded people. And I ain't trying to disrespect just in case he ever watched this. I'm just being realistic. Like that's some small-minded shit. Like why the fuck do you care if you better than the niggas next to you? Now you can sit here and talk about your accolades and how you want to work hard. You can compete with yourself. It's even okay for y'all to have good competing. When I say good competing, if bro be like, hey, I can get more done this week than you can. I can get more shoes bought than you can by the end of the month, and y'all actually trying to do that. Like, you're not just flexing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like actually trying to compete so y'all can better each other. That is okay. But where the dick measuring competitions trying to cut the legs underneath your homies and shit like that is weird. You trying to take away people mobility. And I know that's a weird choice of words, but you know I like to talk in parables and shit. So like what I mean by that is like you sitting here and making a motherfucker think about their issues because you got issues. But then you got people that want to sit here and be like, once you try to explain to them that they can do better, they want to talk about the like why they can't do better. It's like me being like, one day I wish I could dunk, but you know, I know there's natural reasons why you can't do shit, but like it's like, but I'm not 6'2", but there's plenty of 5'8" motherfuckers that can dunk, that practice at it or had the natural gift to do it. You just saying that you can't. That's like not trying to work on it. Like I don't know. I read these books not for bragging rights. I know I just bragged a little bit earlier, but you should be happy when you get some shit done. But not for bragging rights. I do it to expand my mind. And I seen something where a dude said sometimes it's better to read the words while saying this so your brain register them. But the fact that I took the time to read the books is because I knew there was more upon myself I could build upon myself. If you already saying I'm doing the best that I can be doing, and you're not willing to try no harder in life, then ignorance is bliss. Because you basically just saying this is what's wrong. I'm not going to change it. This is what we doing. We not going to change it. We just going to live our life. There's not. You don't even know what could be a better possibility for your life. You don't even know if there's anything more out there for you. You don't even know, and you don't care. That's what makes ignorant bliss. You literally don't give a fuck if there's anything out there for you. But a motherfucker that stops and knows that they can better themselves through even reading. That's why I'm using reading as an example. Through reading, you can read something, and actually, reading actually causes you to it forces you to see other ideals that's not yours. If you don't like a video, you can cut this shit off. Somebody probably already cut this shit off. You feel me? If you don't like what a motherfucker's talking about, you can just cut that shit off. But with a book, if you sit there, yeah, you can stop reading, but after you read it, you can't get it up out. You could say the same for a video, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not the same thing. It's forcing other ideas into your brain because you have to sit there, read it, think about what you read, and be like, I don't fucking like that, or that's smart as shit. Like them are the things that go through your head. But watching podcasts is just as good. Watching movies with, even if it's fiction or non-fiction, if it has something that will learning, I don't know, a fable, a good story, any type of like underlining meaning, all them shits is good to watch too. I don't shit, go to classes, go to a lecture. My homie Darian in Springfield, this nigga be at lectures like a motherfucker. That's how he learned, and that's what he like to do. And if you think about it, he's going to go meet and be around like-minded people, so that the energy's the same. You show me your friends, I'll show you your future. You know what I'm saying? So like, these are genius things, but for you to be a pessimist and just sit there and think that nothing's going to ever happen for you is a corny habit. And I get that it's almost a talent to feel like you the shit and shit's going to happen in your life. And I got cocky when I said it because I truly feel that way. I don't give a fuck. If somebody like, this nigga cocky, come smoke me then. Like, nigga, don't say that on camera. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, come get me. If you have a problem with me thinking I'm gonna make it out this motherfucker and I'm better than the rest of y'all, I don't give a fuck. And you should think the same thing, or you not gonna be nobody. That's called ignorance is bliss. You don't think that you're better than nobody because you know you can't do nothing more than nobody. It's like, it's corny. They're like, to a degree, everybody's better than somebody degree. Everybody's better than everybody and nobody's better than nobody. That doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. You get it. Like, somebody better than you at something, you're better at that person at something. And if you're doing something that your talents can make you prosper in, then you better than the rest of these motherfuckers. That's how you feeling. That's how rappers feel. Now all y'all niggas can rap when a motherfucker be like a hip hop, skippity doo dah, whatever the fuck. They when they hit that shit and you be like, ooh, this nigga clean. You know you can't do it, and that's why you listen to him do it. And I actually can't rap. I was just fucking around, but still, the ability to do something that other motherfuckers can't do is something to be proud of. But some of these motherfuckers don't be proud of that shit. They just want to cut niggas down at what they good at and shit like that. It's like, oh, you good at fishing? I catch a whole bunch when I'm on my off season too. All right, well, that's cool, whatever, my brother. Like, the pecking order only gets decided when y'all really sitting there on some like, what you caught this day, you caught that day. When the first person really goes, hey man, you clean, that's cool. That's a compliment. That's living with grandiosity and shit. But if you just sitting there trying to be like, well, I know I catch more fishes than you just because a motherfucker says they fish, use a cornball. You know what I'm saying? It's different than saying, hey, if somebody goes, hey man, I've been fishing all week, and you go, hey, I fish too. Oh, you do? That's different than trying to cut somebody down. And if you use this shit like the Bible. You know what they said to you at church? They were like, hey, the stories, don't use the stories, use like the meaning of the story. So I'm using fish, but you could switch this shit for who gets the most hoes, or who got the prettiest girlfriend, or who beat up the most niggas, or I don't know, who got the nicest cars, or who golfed the, I don't give a fuck. But do you get the premise? It's like shit. Fuck the messenger. Do you get the message? Like you could probably get the same message from your homie next to you. Fuck the messenger. Fuck the specifics. Just see what the message is. Don't be a pessimist and always think that you have a bigger future than what you have, or you will be stuck and you will never get out. And don't get caught up fighting in causes that you don't really need to fight. And that's for another video, to be honest. But holler at your boy. I love y'all. Please like, subscribe, and share because this shit is free. And if you don't want to be honest, eat a dick. I don't like you no way. So have a wonderful day. I fuck with you. Holler at me. Bye.